Hey, friend, and welcome back to the On The Go podcast, where we talk all things life, work, mindset, and money, but always with a touch of real life wisdom. Now, I want to start today's episode with a question. What if the secret to your next level of success isn't another strategy, course, or tool, but your ability to connect with people? You see, whether you're running a business, managing a side hustle, or climbing the corporate ladder, one truth never changes. Success moves at the speed of relationships. And that's exactly what today's episode is all about. We're diving into timeless lessons from one of the most influential books ever written, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And we're breaking down how to apply those principles today in real life, in your work, and in your business. So grab a notebook, or if you're on a walk or driving, just listen in. I promise this one's going to shift how you think about success and connection. Are you ready? Great, let's get into it. Dale Carnegie said, success in dealing with people depends on a sympathetic grasp of the other person's viewpoint. And I love that because it's such a reminder that business at its core is human. Think about it. Every sale, every partnership, every promotion, every opportunity, it all involves people. Now, here's where many of us, especially entrepreneurs and professionals, sometimes miss it. We work so hard to impress people when what really influences people is how you make them feel. Let that sit for a second. It's not about being interesting, it's about being interested. When you show curiosity, genuine curiosity, when you ask questions, when you listen without interrupting, you make people feel seen, and that's powerful. Here's a little exercise. When you meet someone new, instead of launching into your next elevator pitch, ask about them. Try saying something like, what inspired you to start doing what you do? Or what's been exciting in your work lately? And watch how their energy changes. People open up to those who listen. And if you're a business owner, this isn't just about being nice. This is strategy. Because the better you understand your customers, your clients, your audience, the better you can serve them. That's what creates loyalty, referrals, and opportunities that you don't even have to chase. Another one of Carnegie's principles is this: make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Now, that might sound simple, but let's be honest. How often do we overlook it? Look, we're all busy. We send quick replies. We sometimes skip thank yous. We rush through conversations. But the truth is, people never forget how you made them feel. So whether you're managing a team, you're growing a business, or you're networking online, look for genuine ways to make people feel valued. I read a story about a small business owner who built a six-figure business purely through word of mouth. When she was asked what her secret was, she said, I treat every customer like my only customer. She'd remember birthdays, she'd check in with them months after a sale, and always included a handwritten note in her packages. Now, that's influence. Not because she was selling harder, but because she cared more. So, here's your reflection prompt. Who in your network, client list, or workplace has added value to your journey lately? Have you told them? Send that message. Make that call. Even a simple message like, hey, I just wanted to say I really appreciate the role that you've played in my growth. Those small messages and small moments really strengthen relationships that can shape your business or career in big ways. Carnegie also said something that changed how I see about leadership and communication. He said, you can't win an argument. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. When I first read that, I thought, hang on, avoid arguments? Aren't we supposed to stand our ground? But the older I've become and the more I work with clients and professionals, the more I understand what he meant. Influence isn't about winning people over with logic. It's about connecting with them through understanding. So when you're in a disagreement or you're pitching an idea or negotiating, I want you to remember this. The goal isn't to win the argument. The goal is to win that person. That means asking questions like, help me understand your perspective. What's the most important thing to you in this situation? What would make this a win-win for the both of us? These questions, they lower defenses. They show that you respect them, and that's what gets people to listen. In business, your ability to stay calm and clear, especially under pressure, is what makes you stand out as a leader. Think about a time you've seen someone lose an opportunity, not because they weren't talented, but because they couldn't manage a conversation well. Now imagine being the opposite of that, being the person that people want to collaborate with. That's real power. Now, let's talk about the heart behind it all, because there's a fine line between influence and manipulation. Carnegie made it clear. These principles only work when they come from genuine care and integrity. You can't fake warmth or respect for very long. People can feel when your kindness is transactional, when you're only being nice because you want something. But when you lead with sincerity, when your words match your intentions, people respond. Think about it. We follow leaders that we trust. We buy from brands rather, that we believe in. We listen to people who live what they teach. So as you grow your business or your career, remember this: your influence is only as strong as your character. That's why I always say, be the kind of person who keeps their word, who celebrates others, who owns their mistakes. Because when people trust your character, they'll trust your leadership. So before every big opportunity, ask yourself, am I trying to impress people or impact them? That one question can realign your approach to relationships forever. Now, let's bring it all together. You know I love giving you something practical to take away. Here are 3 ways to start applying these principles right now. Number 1, send a genuine message of appreciation to someone today, a client or colleague, a mentor. It takes 30 seconds, but it can strengthen a relationship for life. Number 2, in your next meeting or conversation, listen more than you speak. Instead of rushing to share your ideas, pause and ask, what do you think? Or tell me more about it. You'll be amazed how much influence you gain just by listening. Number 3, practice being sincerely kind, not performatively polite. Smile at the cashier, compliment a coworker, send a thank you message. Kindness doesn't just change their day, it changes your energy, and that's what attracts the right people and opportunities your way. Remember, you can't build a thriving business or career alone. You build it through people, through empathy, curiosity, and character. That's how you win friends. That's how you influence people. And ultimately, that's how you create the success that you want. If this episode spoke to you, if you found yourself nodding along or thinking, I needed this reminder, then do me a favor. Like this video, share it with one person in your circle, because success multiplies when we grow together. And if you're ready to take this deeper, to build a business or career that not only grows, but connects, I'd love to invite you to my mentorship and accountability program. It's where we take these principles, communication, influence, mindset, and put them into action with strategy and community. You don't have to build alone. You can find the link in the description or on my website. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Keep leading with heart. keep connecting genuinely. And remember, influence isn't about changing people, it's about inspiring them. Until next time, keep shining, keep showing up, and have a great day. Bye.